Cheers, Jonathan Agarth here for Pro Boxing Fans. Frank, Hamzah Sheeraz back this Saturday night. What can we expect from him?
Well, I'm looking for him to make a statement. You know, this is a tough guy that he's in with. He got a draw last time against Ben Benitez, who is a 27-1 record. Everyone knows who he is in boxing, and it's a tough job. You know, this Argentinian's a tough guy, but I believe in Hamzah. He certainly believes in himself. So let's see what he can do on the night. But I think he can make a statement.
What's your pick from the undercard?
Oh, they're all great fights. They're all good fights. You know, Lennox and Mark is a cracking fight. I mean, a cracking. You know, Mark, for him, this is, I think, this is a bit of a last role for him to get into the top echelons of British boxing. And Lennox, who unfortunately had that great win over Willie Hutchinson, he couldn't capitalise on that. He's been out of the ring for nearly 14 months of injuries and so forth. So he'll be looking to, get his face back out there and show what he's about. So I think that's a cracker. I think, Dennis McCann wants to make a statement. He's got a tough fight there, and with James, that he's a competitor. So I think that between the two of them, you're going to see something special. And then obviously you've got Nick Bull in there with a Namibian who's never been stopped, who's like not head and shoulders, head and chest above him. And that's going to be quite interesting, the styles, and see that works out. Nick made a bit of a statement at Wembley, didn't he, on his last fight? So I'm looking forward to that.
A couple of quick ones before we wrap up. Of course, Jake Paul Fury is not happening anymore. What do you make of this Hasim Rahman fight?
Look, he's had to make another fight. He's a boxer, isn't he? He has got a boxing record and so forth. So that'd be interesting to see how he shapes up against the boxer.
Do you have a date in mind for when you want to bring Tommy back?
Tommy wants to fight, and I'll be sitting down with him, I think, in the next week or so and see where we go.
Tyson Fury said he would fight Anthony Joshua for free at Wembley Stadium. Reaction? I thought he wanted 500 million.
Well, let's see what happens.
I mean, do you think that's realistic? If that fight was to happen, do you think you could get it at Wembley?
I don't know. I mean, first of all, Joshua's got to beat Usyk, and I don't think that's any foregone conclusion.
Just on that Usyk-Joshua fight, Frank, wanted to ask you, obviously Sky apparently, it's not official, but put a £35 million bid in allegedly. Were BT ever interested in the race to secure the rights to that show? Do you think 35 million's right?
It was offered, and Sky went out, I think, made a statement. I think they paid 35 million, but they made a statement. And I think they made a statement because Joshua's fights have always been on there, and Joshua went off and signed with DAZN, making this big deal. But the first fight is going to be the first fight of Joshua's new phase of his career is going to be back on Sky. So that's quite interesting.
What did you make of this reports that Chris Eubank Jr and Conor Benn may fight? Does that surprise you?
It does. The fact that there are 2 weight divisions between them. But look, it's up to them. They want to get it on, they get it on and do what they got to do.
Final one from me. Of course, Eddie Hearn's going to back his stable, but he was asked what's the difference between his stable and your stable. And despite calling you a legendary promoter, he said his is Tesco and yours is a corner shop. What's your right of response for that?
Well, I think, look, the wheels have come off that old Tesco trolley he's got now, and that's in a canal. All the fighters are leaving him. It's like, you go in Tesco's now and there's a lot of stuff not on the shelf anymore, and that's a bit like he's going into a Matchroom. They're all jumping ship.
What have you made of this move to DAZN that's been going on a few months now? How do you think he's done in the UK and the US?
Why don't they tell you how many subscribers they've got in the US and the UK? Why do you think the fighters want exposure? Why do you think they're jumping ship?
Do you have any?
Last one.
I'll make a good one. Chisora Dubois. Have you got any interest in potentially making that fight, and any regrets on letting Chisora go?
No, not really. I mean, fight. Yeah, it's a fight to be made with Derek. We've offered him to fight a couple of times in the past. Letting him go. What's he done over the last? He's finally won a fight. Good luck to him. He's finally won a fight.
Just ask you, any update on Joe Joyce, the opponent?
I'm hoping on Saturday, or the worst way, Monday or Tuesday, be able to announce his opponent.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you, fella.